Heaven Pressword was created to explain who we are, why the world is the way it is, and to show why following Jesus is the only path leading to salvation and eternal life. What is a human being? Who am I? In the book of Genesis chapter 1, God did not use one organism as raw material for the next, but instead spoke each into existence over the course of a few days. God used similar genetic building blocks, to produce features needed in similar sorts of organisms. God created each kind of organism, and equipped each with the DNA information to reproduce after its kind. Ancestral biology cannot explain the origin of the information for physical and mental differences between the species, much less the spiritual differences. The molecular geneticist, Dr. George A. Purdom says,
"It's not surprising that we see large differences in DNA regulation between humans, chimps, and monkeys. All mammals, whether chimps, humans, dogs, or cats, all share the same basic bodily functions. Therefore, the genes that encode the information for those functions would need to be very similar."
So we see that protein-coding genes in chimpanzee and human DNA have many similarities, but if humans and chimps have so many genetic similarities, why are they so different? Is because the existence of biochemical and genetic similarities between humans, apes, and monkeys is evidence, not of common ancestry, but of common design. The Earth is home to more than 7 billion human beings. Each person is a unique being, as is the case with external appearance. The book of Genesis tells that God created man in his image, forming it from dust, blowing into his nostrils the breath of life. But the human body is basically formed by the same structures, and we are all influenced by the environment in which we live. This influence comes from the social environment, the culture of which we are part of, and the affective relationships we experience.
Botanic, Zoology and Biology according to the Holy Bible. Then God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb that yields seed, and the fruit tree that yields fruit according to its kind, whose seed is in itself, on the earth." And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, the herb that yields seed according to its kind, and the tree that yields fruit, whose seed is according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. So the evening and the morning were the third day. Then God said, "Let the waters abound with an abundance of living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the face of the firmament of the heavens." So God created great sea creatures and every living thing that moves, with which the waters abounded, according to their kind, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let birds multiply on the earth." So the evening and the morning were the fifth day. Then God said, "Let the earth bring forth the living creature according to its kind, cattle and creeping thing and beast of the earth, each according to its kind," and it was so. And God made the beast of the earth according to its kind, cattle according to its kind, and everything that creeps on the earth according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let us make man in our image, according to our likeness. Let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over the cattle, over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth." So God created man in his own image, in the image of God he created him, male and female he created them. Then God blessed them, and God said to them, "Be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and subdue it. Have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over every living thing that moves on the earth."
Flora and fauna had already been created when God brought man to the scene. The fact that God made man in his image and likeness, portrays the fundamental difference between human beings and other creatures. Man was the crown of physical creation and was designed to rule over it. To be made of the image of God gives special meaning, intelligence, and purpose to human life. And we all are of crucial importance, for the great purpose of humanity and life on planet Earth. The Bible is far from silent on the topic of the sanctity of human life. We should all value life because it is God-given gift and our lives belongs to Him, and as it says in Psalms 103.
Know that the Lord, He is God, it is He who has made us, and not we ourselves, we are His people and the sheep of His pasture. As well the psalmist of Psalm 139:13-16 wrote, For you formed my inward parts, you covered me in my mother's womb. I will praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made, marvelous are your works and that my soul knows well. My frame was not hidden from you, when I was made in secret, and skillfully wrought in the lowest parts of the earth. Your eye saw my substance, being yet unformed, and in your book they all were written, the days fashioned for me, when yet there were none of them.
In the book of Titus chapter 2 and verses 11 to 14, God expresses His wonderful purpose for humanity. The Hebrew word for man, Adam, is a collective pronoun that means humanity or race as a whole, and not just the first name of Adam, who was the first man. Therefore, the image of God applies both individually and collectively. Each person was and is created in the image of God. That is, the entire human race. This is the book of the genealogy of Adam. In the day that God created man, He made him in the likeness of God. He created them male and female and blessed them and called them mankind, in the day they were created.